greetings to all of you. This is shortly after 3 o'clock in the afternoon of the 18th of October, of Sunday, the 18th of October of the year 2020. And it is shortly after 3 p.m. or 3 o'clock in the afternoon of 1500 hours in my country, from which I am addressing all of you alive. I beg your pardon, live I mean. Today is called the World Food Day, or even the International Anti-Slavery Day. Yes, you heard me correctly. The International Anti-Slavery Day of the year 2020, the Gregorian year 2020. This happens because slavery exists today. It does exist, and more vividly than ever before. More strongly than ever before. More actively than ever before. While I'm sitting in my little study and trying to greet all of you and extend my best regards along with this message, tens of thousands of people are being enslaved, trafficked and sold throughout the world. The question may arise, what does World Food Day have to do with the Anti-Slavery Day? This is nothing new. If we look back even a time existing in Egypt when, according to Torah, the Holy Bible, Joseph, the son of Jacob or Israel, was sold as a slave to an Egyptian captain named Potiphar, and later, being charged falsely, he was thrown into prison. But interpreting two dreams correctly of the butler and the baker of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and later interpreting the dream, or two dreams of the Pharaoh himself, Joseph became the second in command in Egypt, perhaps equivalent to the prime minister or the secretary of state of various countries of our current world. But when there was a great famine in Egypt, as Joseph had already foretold by interpreting Pharaoh's dreams, and the people had nothing else to give for exchange of food, they came forward to sell themselves voluntarily for food. Joseph accepted their offer and purchased them as slaves of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and he himself, being a very humane person, said that only a fifth of the whole product would be required to be given to Pharaoh, while the 4/5 of the produce of the land could be kept for the slaves of Pharaoh who sold themselves. But today, we do not have many Josephs in our world. There are too many tyrants who try to exploit the people. Even today, I came across a video which spoke about girls being sold in various African countries, little boys and youths being abused and treated in brick fabrics, even people in other parts of the world, even in the most developed country in the world, women are also enslaved even today. Is this really what we can justify? In Joseph's days, the famine was so severe that unless people sold themselves, they would have died of starvation. Today, we have sufficient food in the world to share with others if we allocate the produce in proper manner. As I sometimes sigh and say, the world produces enough for everyone's need, but it can never produce enough for anyone's greed. Can we not sacrifice just a little every day of our own selfish desires to meet the absolutely necessary need of others? Can we not come forward to help those in real need by sacrificing just a little of our selfish desires and needs, what we call in speech marks? Do we really need always to live in luxury? Is it not enough that our Creator has given us more than enough to survive? For those of us who have that, it becomes also our duty to share that little we have with others, even a part of that. Because it is like drops of water which form the deepest ocean, and grains of sand which form the enormous land. But we need to come forward. If Joseph kept everything in barn in Egypt, people would have died. Those people who had sold themselves voluntarily to slavery would soon be extinct. And the Pharaoh would have neither slaves nor anyone to work for his enormous land of Egypt. Likewise, if we do not help those in need today, our world is soon to become a desolated place. A place where starvation, killing people, and their dead bodies would be a greater plague for all of us than we can imagine, unless we come forward to help them. Plagues were not unknown in ancient Egypt. We see this even later. Some 400 years after Joseph's being in Egypt, we see various types of plague in Egypt too, and in various other countries. Some 100 years ago, there was great plague in southern Western Europe. Yes, almost exactly 100 years ago, killing many people. So plague, even COVID-19 caused by coronavirus or viri, is not an excuse for us not to help those in need. We may not be able to combat plague immediately to the fullest extent required to overcome this grave tragedy of the world. But we can share what we have with others who are in various types of need today, and speak out against those who tyrannize and oppress, exploit and enslave others. World wars came to an end several years ago. And soon we are going to celebrate, if I may use the word in inverted commas as speech marks, or at least remember those fallen in those wars and wars thereafter on the approaching Remembrance Sunday. But we have also to fight against various other types of plague, not merely caused by viri, but also by poverty, by ignorance, by oppression, by injustice, by inequity and inequality. Therefore, my most beloved, dear, and respected friends, I beg you once again, as I did in the past, to come forward, to speak out on behalf of those who cannot speak out on their own, or are even too afraid to do so, and to speak up on their behalf. To come and share the little we have with those who are in need, to overcome their tremendous, incredible, unbelievable problems. Even slavery, the modern slavery of today, however illegal, however unjust, however hidden that may be. We are human beings. So let us come forward in service of our fellow human beings, to lift up the cause of the oppressed, the underprivileged, the enslaved, and of course those who are suffering under the pangs of hunger and thirst. Thank you once again. God bless. My most respectful regards and heartfelt gratitude in anticipation for watching this video and also for coming forward to help the ones in need. Thank you.